Hey friends, today I wanted to do a different kind of video. I've never done one like this before, but as you can tell by the title, I am going to be doing like a little bit of a gift guide, gift recommendation video. So these are just going to be random things throughout the years that I've either been gifted myself or have purchased myself and have found them to be good items that I found useful or interesting. So I wanted to kind of share this with you and leave links down below so that if you wanted the same thing, you can go and find it very easily. There's not much of a rhyme or reason to these items. I'll try to keep them somewhat to make sense, I guess, but for the first bit, we'll just do like everyday useful items. So I am enjoying my home iced coffee today, and I made the foam with this Maestri House foamer. It is so good, so powerful. This is the second one I've had because the first one was a different brand, it was a different style, and it did not foam very well. And when I bought this one, this worked so well. So I highly recommend this guy. It is a rechargeable. So here you just recharge it, and then it stays charged for like a long time. I use this thing every day, and so far since I purchased it, I've only had to charge it once. It stays charged for so long, and you do actually get a second rod, I guess. I don't know if like you might damage this one or whatever because they look like the same, and then it comes with this stand, and it's very useful and handy. I highly recommend that for anybody who loves coffee. Speaking of, the coffee that I am drinking this morning is the Lavazza, specifically the Amazonia Lavazza. This is my favorite coffee. If you have a coffee lover in your life, or if you are a coffee lover, I recommend both of these items. They are just delicious. Another everyday item could be these earbuds. So first of all, I never had the budget for like Apple AirPods. Is that what they're called? I don't know. I wasn't willing to invest in those. And also, a big thing with me is I have a tendency to lose things. So there's no way that I would keep those little earbuds long term. They would get lost. So I needed something that was like, had some sort of anchor and maybe a little bit of a bigger piece so that I wouldn't lose it. And that is this. It goes around the neck, and then you just put these guys in. You can control what song you're listening to and the volume and the on off from these buttons. It is very comfortable. This is so flexible and soft, and you don't lose your earbuds. So I highly recommend this as well. I looked for so long, it's dirty, excuse my dirtiness, but I've had this for a couple of years now, but I looked for so long for the perfect wallet, and I found it. Pink is not necessarily my favorite color or anything, but it just happened to be the one I went with, I guess. So this is a nice big wallet. It holds everything. So from cards, I won't show you everything just for privacy, but from cards to cash to change to points cards to, punch cards, it is so large, and yet when it's all zipped up and secure, it's very easy and minimal to hold. It's not huge. It has a strap so you can hold it around your wrist if you need your hands free. I highly recommend this. It is genuine leather, so that's a good one if you know of somebody who possibly might need a new wallet. This is the hair curler that I love. So it's currently what I curled my hair with today. So right now, the way I'm using it, you can use this in a lot of different ways. It's very versatile. It's so soft. I don't even know what this material is, but it's so soft and really great for drying your hair. So you can wrap your hair in this while wet, and it will help to dry it as well. So yeah, you just wrap your hair around it, and then you can secure it in a number of ways. You can wrap it in a crown, like it will go like this, because most of the hair curling systems that I need are on the top of the head because I sleep in all of my directions. So I can't have anything on my side or at the base of my neck or at the back of my head or anything like that. So it has to be at the top. So I highly recommend this for anyone in your life who has medium to long hair and would like to get into the heatless hair curling. This is a beautiful piece. I would recommend it. I guess keeping in line with like cosmetic-y, I guess, I don't know, are these Frownies facial patches. These are so great. I have not used them in months, and I really need to. It's just the more you use, the more you have to spend to replace them. They are these little brown triangles that you just get wet. You get your face wet where you have maybe lines or wrinkles, and then you put it on there and it'll adhere to your face very well, and it'll dry pretty quickly, and you just leave them on typically for night or maybe just a few hours depending on what you have available, and it helps to reduce your lines and wrinkles, and it does actually work. I have noticed that when I do use them even once, but more so regularly, they really reduce the lines and wrinkles, especially in my forehead and in between my brows. They do a really great job of that. So I highly recommend the Frownies facial patches. Another daily item would be a food scale. This is really, really handy if you have anybody on any dietary restrictions in your household, or if you like to be precise with your baking. This is really, really handy. It's very precise and very like minimal. Like you can put this anywhere in your kitchen and it won't take up a lot of space at all, and it is very accurate. So I recommend this. Another a little bit more daily item would be this teacup and saucer set. I got this gifted to me and it is phenomenal. I love this thing so much. It is such a cute little mushroom teacup set. So inside here is a tea strainer, and so obviously you have your teacup, your plate, your strainer, and then your top. And it is so cute, and it's useful for anyone who likes tea, and even if you don't like tea, like you can just maybe put that aside and not use it and put your cocoa or your coffee in here, and it's still super adorable. So definitely recommend this piece as well. It does come in different colors, so yeah, it definitely gives that cottage core, fairy pixie, mushroom, I don't know, foresty vibe. I love it. Now to get into a little bit more artsy pieces. So this is a miter shear. Is it a miter shear? I forget what this is called exactly, but it is, as you can tell, it's basically like kind of a scissor with a miter ruler system, and it cuts through thin pieces of wood. I mean, you can cut through smaller or thinner pieces as well, but it's very good for people who are crafty and they use like scrap pieces of wood, like the thin kind of pieces of wood. It would do plastics as well. It would do a variety of materials, but it is a very heavy duty miter shear. So I really like this as well. Posca pens are huge, or any kind of paint pens really, but Posca pens are the OG paint pens. And this is a pastel paint color set, and I love these markers, or these pens, whatever, so much. The colors are so beautiful. These pens are so great. So if you have anybody artsy who would like to dabble in a different kind of art medium, this is super fun, and the colors are perfect, and I just love it so much. So yeah, highly recommend these Posca pens. Another thing that is artsy is this tin. It is a watercolor tin. It has a finger strap here, so you can hold it with one hand and it won't slip out. So how this tin works is, mine is very used, so you will see that in a second. It opens up like this, and on the inside you can squeeze in your tubes of watercolor. You could do gouache if you wanted to as well, if you use a very watered down gouache, because I feel like if you use a thick gouache, you'll be constantly replacing this a lot. So I love this watercolor tin. It has been so, so useful for me. These two sections, as you can see, are my paint palettes. And then once again, the little finger strap underneath here is super great for just holding on to it while you're painting and then not having to worry about it falling out of your hands. So this is very, very useful. It's very good for traveling with because it does wrap up so compactly. And yes, I really recommend this tin for watercolor artists. Speaking of gouache, this is the Himi Maya gouache set, the jelly gouache set that is very popular in the art world right now as well. So gouache is like a little bit of a combination between watercolor and acrylic. It is my favorite medium right now. So this is the palette that comes in it, but mine is heavily used, so I just wanted to show you. And then on the inside, you have, and this set comes with the gouache, whereas the watercolor tin was just the tin. So it comes with all of these colors of gouache, and I love them. Jelly gouache is so great, and then once you've like emptied out your wells, you can just refill it with your own gouache, and I love that so much. So this is the container. It does seal it in so that it keeps the jelly consistency of your gouache longer, whereas if it's out in the open, it will dry like this, but it's still usable when dry, like a watercolor. So I really recommend these Himi Maya gouache, jelly gouache sets. And the last thing for the art section, I guess, will be these Canson Bristol paper notepads. They are so, so nice. I use them as sticker books, as you can see, but because, first of all, I'll say for the sticker book, it's very easy to take off the stickers because of the consistency of the paper, which is nice if you need to rearrange your stickers or if you're using a sticker on a project or something. But the actual paper itself is like I don't think I have any blank pages in this paper, but there's a little piece here that's blank. So it's a very smooth paper. It doesn't have a lot of tooth, so it's really, really nice for a lot of different mediums like gouache or paint pens or just pencil sketching or really almost anything. Watercolor I wouldn't so much say, but almost anything else. This kind of paper, Bristol paper, works so well. And the size of this book is a really nice size. It's not so big and you can like fit it in your bag. It's really, really great for artists or sticker collectors. I highly recommend these Bristol notepads. One thing that is a fandom piece is this little Grogu. I love The Mandalorian and I needed a little Grogu in our Star Wars collection, so I grabbed this guy and I'm really happy with the quality of him and the price of him. He was such a good price. So his body is like almost like a stuffy, but he's got beans or some kind of weighted material underneath, so he does sit well on his own. The fabric is high quality and his actual head and hands are a hard plastic. So I really loved I can't say it enough, the quality of this Grogu. His head is textured and he's just so cute. Yeah, so I mean, if you liked stuffed animals, you could like cuddle him. But for us, we have him displayed in our Star Wars collection, and he looks realistic enough that he looks like Grogu, but he doesn't look overly realistic that he looks creepy, so I really like him a lot. So if you have a Mandalorian or Star Wars fan in your life, highly recommend that guy. Another item that is more of a daily item, I guess, I should have put it in the other category, is this silk bonnet. Okay, so I don't love this only because I feel like it would work more for someone who has either a small head or short hair. because when I try to wrap my hair up and then put this on, it wants to slip off all the time because it's not big enough to hold extra hair, if that makes sense. But it does have a cinch on the back, so it will stay on all night if you have shorter hair or a smaller head. I do highly recommend this fabric. It's silk bonnet. It's good for your hair's health. So yeah, for that reason, I do recommend it. So just keep in mind, I would more so recommend it for someone with small head or short hair. Speaking of silk, I also sleep with a silk pillowcase. So I like, as you can tell, I choose like more of a gold color, but these do both come in random colors. But I like the gold because it just makes me feel ritzy. Anywho, this is a silk pillowcase that I sleep on every night. It is so great. I highly recommend. The thing with silk pillowcases is it's good for your hair as well as your skin. Also, it stays cool. It doesn't like get warm. And another thing is I wash it in the not in the dishwasher. I wash it in the laundry like normal, and it's still held up really, really well. So I wouldn't have any hesitations with that. I had to sleep on a regular pillowcase for a couple of weeks, and I really noticed that I missed my silk pillowcase. So yeah, I highly recommend these silk pillowcases. Let's keep in line with more of the self-care items. I have feet pain sometimes. Actually, I have a lot of pains. So these items, these self-care items have a lot to do with pain. But I do have a foot compression sock almost. This one is really, really great. It has the sock and it leaves your toes free. And then you have the strap that goes around. And I find that when my feet are hurting, this really, really helps. I wish I would have bought two because you only buy them in singles because both of my feet have problems. So this one has been worn a lot. So I think the next time I replace this one, I would probably get two so I can wear them on both feet at the same time. But I do recommend this for anyone with feet pain. This is a the brand Thera. I don't remember what exactly it's called, but it is super cold right now because I had it in the fridge. You can keep it in the freezer. It is just a head wrap with very good Velcro. There we go. So what you do for migraines specifically, I'm sure you could use this maybe for a few other things, maybe, possibly, but it's meant for migraines and headaches. So you just take it out of your freezer or your fridge. I found that the freezer was a bit too cold, so you take it out of your fridge and then you wrap it around your eyes and then secure it in the back and rest. And it really, really helps for a lot of different head pains, headaches, migraines, things like that. I do recommend this. Another thing for pain in various parts of the body would be these Salonpas pads. They are essentially stickers. There's 4 in this little pack, and they are this size. So I wish that they were bigger, but they work really well. So they're essentially stickers you can stick anywhere on your body that's hurting. I typically use them on my back, and I actually have 2 on my back right now. And they really help a lot. They are warming, and I feel like if you have a good adhesion right off the bat, they will stay on for a long time, which I love that. So like I slept with these on last night, and I am a mover sleeper, and they stayed on. I have swam with them on, and they stayed on. So that's really cool. Once they kind of, like obviously they have a lifespan, right? They start off really warm and then they gradually cool off over, I don't know how many hours. I would say a lot of hours, like maybe 12 hours or something. Like they stay warm quite a long time. But anyway, if they do start cooling off, I found if you heat up a heating bag or something and put it on the patch, those patches really fire up, like hotter than they were in the beginning. It's crazy. So yeah, I really recommend these for pain. If you find that heat helps to relieve your pain, really recommend these. Another thing for pain, specifically in the back, is this Back Joy. There are a variety of different kinds. There's a Theracane. This is the Back Joy. There's a few different kinds that you can get, but I do find that this is really, really helpful. So I like to use this end the most because it is a little bit tapered here, so you get a little bit more of a finer point, although you can use the ball end. You can use all these ball ends for different areas. So I use this one the most, and you just put it on your back like this, and you just pull, and it is so amazing for back pain. Ooh, yeah. If you've got knots or anything, I've had an issue with my rib going out in the past few days, and this has kind of helped to like massage it back into place. These two are to go behind you. You can put them around on either end of your or either side of your spine and go up and down your spine. This one is for your neck. So what you do is you just roll it up your neck like this. Very, very useful. And then these are more so for your leverage, like this. I mean, I'm sure you could find a use for them, a different use for them, but this one is for your shoulders. So, ooh, yeah. So you can get 2 pressure points at once on your shoulders. This is so phenomenal. It has been very helpful. I use it regularly. And lastly, I want to talk a little bit about books. I only have two things that I want to share with you. One is a specific recommendation, and that is The Myth Makers, which is The Remarkable Fellowship of C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien by John Hendricks. This is a graphic novel exploring the friendship between those 2 authors, and I just recently bought this, so I haven't read it yet, but I'm so excited to read this. John Hendricks has written other graphic novels in the past. He's got these 3 here. Another popular one is The Faithful Spy, and then he's got a couple other ones here too. But John Hendricks has these really beautiful illustrations. Does he illustrate himself, or does someone else illustrate them? I'm thinking he illustrates them himself. So anyway, I really recommend this for any Tolkien or C.S. Lewis lovers, because I know those 2 authors have huge fan bases. So I really recommend this specific book. And then another one is collectible copies. This one means a lot to me because I got it from a friend, and this is The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is such like a beautiful item. So if you know of somebody in your life, or if you yourself are a lover of a specific book or series, try to go into Amazon and check out their collector editions. They're very, very beautiful. I specifically really love this series edition of this series, the Elderling series Chronicles. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, I definitely recommend you checking out the collector editions of your loved one's favorite books, because you can find some really amazing copies. So, all that to say, these are the items that I highly recommend that you consider as a gift option for someone in your life. If they are either like just, almost everybody needs a wallet, or if they're artsy, or if they like fandoms, or if they like coffee, or if they like books, you know, there's a lot of variety here. So I hope, or if they unfortunately have a lot of pain. So I hope that you find something here that is useful to you. Check out all of the links down below. They are affiliate links. So affiliate links mean if you click on my link, Amazon will recognize that I promoted an item, and they will give me a little bit of like a commission. It's very, very minimal, but it does not increase the item's price for you. So all it does is it helps me out, and it doesn't increase your price or anything. So it's all good for everyone across the board. So if you would use my affiliate links down below, I'd appreciate that. And yeah, let me know what you think of this list. Let me know if you have any other extra ideas down in the description below. I have never done one of these before and it was a lot of fun actually. So yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys would recommend as gift ideas. And I will see you in whatever comes next. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye!